At 104 years of age, Miss Ann Nixon Cooper has stories to tell. Having spent her entire adult life in Atlanta, Georgia, she has borne witness to numerous historical events and incredible social change. She recently shared some of these life experiences as a mentor in an ongoing oral history project conducted by the Independent Scholars Program at Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. The project, Women of Wisdom, connects young scholars with seniors who have important stories to tell from their personal experiences.
Her stories date back to the 1920s, before then to the 1910s. So she gives us a rich harvest of wisdom. She is therefore the wisest of the wise.
I am Ann Nixon Cooper, born January the 9th, 1902, in Bedford County, Tennessee.
She's been living in Atlanta since 1922.
I was, say, maybe 11 years old just before my mother died. I was at my aunt's house, and a lady came by taking census. She asked me who I lived with, and I said, my aunt. She's taking census. What is your aunt like? Well, you know, she's just my aunt. That's all I thought about. She wanted to know what she looked like. And I said, she looks like you. So she said, so she's a mulatto. Well, I never heard that word before. I don't know Aunt Joyce wasn't just but I didn't know what she was. I thought white, black, we've all mixed up there together. Aunt Joyce's mother was a great big 300-pound lady, and I thought Granny was just a white woman, that's all.
The child of freed slaves, it was Aunt Joyce's parents who moved the family closer to Nashville to start a better life.
Her daddy asked the old master on a plantation there to let him leave the plantation so he could send his children to school and they could get jobs. So he gave him $500.
My name is Jane Smith. I'd like to say welcome and thank you for spending this wonderful afternoon with us. Today we are having conversations with African American women of wisdom as we recognize volumes 3 and 4, their memories, our treasure.
Mrs.Ann Cooper. Mrs.Ann Cooper speaking to Bernice Apia Pincraft, whom she mentored during the academic year 2004 to 2005. I was born in Bedford County, Tennessee, where my mother said to the midwife, I can't think of a double name for her. And the midwife said, well, name her after me. She was an old white lady, and her name was Annie Lou Mullins. All those white people thought they were rich. I guess they were rich. There was one I thought was just pretty and rosy. She was one of those burned, ruddy white women. She was just pretty and rosy. Her name was Miss Louise. I didn't like Annie Lou, but I liked the name Louise because I liked Miss Louise. After so long, I went and asked my mother if I could just take that I-E off my name and add S-E and just be named Ann Louise. So that's the name I go by, Ann Louise. Mrs. Ann Louise Cooper.
To unveil the book.
This has been a wonderful Seattle. I didn't see how it was going to work. All the pictures people have made of me, I don't know why I'm the only one with a mouth wide open.
This election had many firsts and many stories that will be told for generations, but one that's on my mind tonight is about a woman who cast her ballot in Atlanta. She is a lot like the millions of others who stood in line to make their voice heard in this election, except for one thing. Ann Nixon Cooper is 106 years old.
Oh, beautiful. For he rode through a liberating strife. Hey, Georgia, oh yeah. Yeah, Georgia. And a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Well, on my mind, on my mind, yeah, it's an old sweet song. Girl on my mind, you know the little girls that are on my mind. Yes, it is.